So I was in court and an attorney stated to the court that it's the presumption in Pennsylvania that there'll be 50-50 physical custody, which is just inaccurate. There is no such presumption. Custody is supposed to be determined by factors, and it's always what's in the best interest of the children. So there's no 50-50 presumption in Pennsylvania. There are certain counties that might be more 50-50 friendly. Chester County is not really necessarily one of those counties, and it is certainly not a presumption under the law.
And I think it's important to know that there's a whole range of physical custody. So 50-50 is where literally the child is with one parent half the time and the other one, and it can be split different ways. So there can be week on, week off. There can be 2 days and alternating weekends. Then there's the partial physical custody. So that can be anything less than 50-50 for one parent and the other one having more. And then it can go to supervision, which I see a decent amount, but as hearing officers, do you think supervision was common in your cases? I think they're kind of common.
Yeah, where a parent is not able to be alone with the child because of either addiction issues or just aren't able to care for the child, so they need to be supervised.
It's very hard to find who's going to do the supervision because either you're agreeing to someone who's known to both parties, which is great because that might be free, it might be more natural, but then if you don't have somebody that you both agree to, then you have to go through a supervision service, which can be really costly. And it's somewhat limited options, I think, in our area.
So if I'm representing somebody who wants the other person to be supervised, I see two pieces of the known person. Someone could say, I don't want their parents to be the supervisor because I just don't like them. And that's never a reason. Just because you don't get along with your former in-laws or the ex-boyfriend, ex-girlfriend, whoever, parents, that's not the reason. A valid reason, or at least one of the valid reasons, at least I think, is that if they won't report back, the whole point of supervision is to be able to say, hey, there's a problem, and hey, court, I need to report this to you and to the person. So that's the balance when you have the known person. You can have someone sign and say, I will report. If I don't report, I can be removed and all that kind of stuff.
And that gets filed with the court.
Right. Yeah. So I think that's a balance, but I think it's much more natural, like you said.
Right.